Hey dumplings, it's Dave Decide. Today I want to get into V and him being talked about with a female idol, Jennie, in his apartment. Of course, I wanted to get into what everyone is saying and why they're saying this. I also want to get into some scary Jung Kook pictures that being posted and what happened with that. So, hate it or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab a dumpling, tea spilling mug merch, and let's get into it. The first thing that we need to talk about is some scary pictures that were posted online. These pictures definitely caused a bit of ruckus, and I can definitely understand why armies like to keep the internet pretty clean of anything that could potentially be disturbing. Because in K-pop, there tends to be a lot of this disturbing stuff that the fandom creates. I don't know why K-pop breeds some creepy people. It's interesting because in American celebrity culture, there are rarely pictures mocking or making the celebrity look bad, and I don't mean edited badly in the way where they're holding something bad or wearing something bad. That happens a lot. I mean in a bad way where it's edited where the eyes are so huge or they're made to look like a serial killer. In K-pop, this happens a lot, and so armies are very sensitive to anyone trying to edit or change the appearance of a BTS member. This is also something the label makes pretty obvious that they wouldn't like to see either, as the scary images would make the idol look bad and then the idol would be associated with something kind of ugly and scary. So what happened? A Twitter account decided to take several of Jung Kook's selfies and edit them in a way that was less flattering and more frightening. A lot of people found the photo funny and others like myself found it scary. They edited a Jung Kook car selfie to make him have very large eyes and bunny teeth. I assume to make him look like a human bunny, as he is often called a bunny. But this is scary because if you morph a human and an animal together, that is terrifying. Inherently, these features don't make anyone ugly or scary, but the way it was edited made him look not human, and it was weird because the picture felt familiar yet foreign. He looked human and not human. This is just such a scary photo regardless of if you like Jung Kook or not. So it's quite bad to put out there as this could scare some of the younger armies. And then all of the younger armies, being scared, are now not going to scroll on Twitter in fear of other scary photos and not be online to support the members, and that doesn't actually help the group. The photos were allegedly also all over TikTok as well. Some people with a similar name to this account were getting bullied because it seemed like this account, once they were flagged and taken down, they just disappeared off of the internet. But fans wanted to go further and dox this person and do more, so they were harassing anyone with a similar username. However, if this person's account is taken down, then accept that as a victory and move on. I think armies forget sometimes that doxing is illegal and editing a photo is not. So while it's creepy and weird, the person who does the doxing will go to jail and not the person who is editing. Please understand that two wrongs don't make a right. There's definitely a lot of interesting characters within the army fandom. I don't think they all mean bad, but it's definitely weird to see how far some of these edits and fanfics go. But this is how all fandoms go, and I doubt the members or the label get too upset about the idea that the fandom likes to do weird things with the members' photos. The things that end up getting taken too far are the photos that are edited and widely spread because of either dating rumors or things rearing towards what is perceived to be a scandal. A photo that really caused controversy was the Jennie and V photo where they were in Jeju, and it was believed by me and many others that this photo was photoshopped. And the original photo was of J-Hope in the car with V and not Jennie. And this was originally screen grabbed from BTS's reality show, which if you want to watch with me, we can fangirl together on my Patreon. I'll link it below. But because neither V or Jennie's label actually denied or confirmed whether this is true or not, people took this to a whole other level and would bring together theories of their own. Theories either from paparazzi photos like when Lisa and V were together for Paris Fashion Week to say that, look, they're interacting, it must be because they're besties, because V and Jennie are together. And other moments from IG stories. We also have theories on just the timing in which either person decides to post. So they both happen to post on the same day, or if they're in a similar background with each other. So then this idea that both persons were in the location and around each other within the same day. Jennie recently posted on her Instagram story a photo of where and what she was up to, and people online freaked out over this. She tagged a friend in the post and sent hearts. Jennie in her story apparently blacked out a lot. Of course, when people see an idol blur out things, they're definitely more suspicious of what it could be. Is it a spoiler for their new song? Are they hiding something scandalous? So people look even closer to see what is being blacked out or if there's any spots that Jennie may have missed. People noticed a reflection in the photo that made the location of where Jennie was more obvious. It seemed like she was in a building, and people began piecing together that it was believed to be a shop or an apartment. For the past, however long V has been on IG or social media, he has been posting clips and videos of his apartment. He never did any sort of apartment tour, but he did show things like his window or a moment apartment where he was dancing and singing along to a YouTube cover on his TV. We got to see his big TV. We got to see his living room over the years. So someone just put together pieces of V's living room, including his window and TV, and said that Jennie's reflection of what was in the living room was the same as V's living room. Someone compared the fact that the lights are in the same place in V's living room as in the reflection of Jennie's story, and then also showed that the TV was about the same and the living room windows are the same. But this is a very silly theory to me. A lot of luxury buildings, especially big condos or apartments, can come fully furnished, and that includes said TV and things like that. If you're in a luxury apartment complex, all of the apartments are the same. So whether you buy a one bedroom on the 7th floor versus the 3rd, the layout of that one bedroom will look the same. This is usually how they're built, as developers aren't going to make a unique apartment for every floor. This includes how the windows, lights, and layout looks. And if it's fully furnished, it includes TV and furniture. So Jennie could be in anyone's apartment, or maybe she even bought an apartment there. So this is a silly and weird theory to assume that this is in V's apartment, as if that is the only option. But also, I think it's weird to assume that if Jennie was in V's apartment, then that means dating, because she could be in his apartment. We know V and Lisa are friends. Why would he not be friends with the other members as well? They could just be working on a song. They could just be hanging out. So many things. I thought it was interesting that some people were saying that Jennie or V lying about this is disrespectful to the fans. I find this so interesting because you don't know if they are lying. You're just assuming. And for some reason, people just believe too. And so you don't 100% know. And also, neither of them, even if it was true, could actually go ahead and admit it. The backlash would just be too much. And Blackpink is having a comeback right now, so you can't really cause any backlash or hate. There have been several people on Twitter saying that idols dating is really bad, or that they feel like it's disrespectful. And of course, after seeing their point of view, I still disagree. Some say things like the money that the fans pour into the idol, and then the idol in turn dates other people, and that is disrespectful. Disrespectful how? You give money to your kids, and if they move out and date others, is this disrespectful? The whole point of being an idol is to create music and art, and to make money, if we're being honest. It's not to date their fans. It's not to be a slave to the people. It's so weird to use YouTube and TV as your dating apps. I think it's so harmful to not allow an artist to date or do anything. We as humans, most of us need connections. And if we're going to be honest, most people in the world have dated. So if you're someone who can't date, you can actually appear less relatable. I know this. I haven't dated in years. There's also this idea that if you're in a relationship or live with other people or just around other people, you understand this idea of selflessness. Not always the case, but sometimes. Like, okay, my partner lives like this. Let me try to respect their space and understand that this other thing will trigger them, so let me not do that. You understand where you have to compromise to make the other person comfortable. And these are all attributes and features that are expected of a human being. To deprive an idol of that is really bad. I can only imagine how scared V and Jennie would be if they actually were dating and had to come out and say that, because then they have to deal with everyone attacking them, and they're just doing things that humans should do. It would suck if V or Jennie gets into their older years and regrets not doing the things that most people do in their 20s, and not know how to be a regular person because they were deprived of those things. And it's okay if you don't participate in these things, but that's because it's your choice. Whereas for the idols, it's not their choice. I don't know. But what do you think about the V and Jennie rumor, and what do you think about the weird, scary Photoshop photos online? Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos. A link down below. Thanks, just love you, comment right here. Love you, bye.